Hello, I am Kodili-nye, the son of the wonderful. Welcome back to another round of street vlogging where we discuss several issues that pertaining to our homeland and where we offer solutions, and we also defend good governance, and also we try as much as we can to entertain you, because you are very, very important in the life of this channel, and you have been wonderful. I must appreciate all of you wherever you are watching us from. I am the son of the wonderful, and I will ask you to please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And subscribe to this channel. By so doing, you are helping us to reach a wider audience. And recently, there was a statement by PO, Peter Obi, one of the most popular men in Nigeria. And what was he talking about? He was talking about that the north of Nigeria and is actually very, very important because of the vast land there. If it's turned into agricultural productive activity. And this is not the first time Peter Obi has said these things. He has said it before the election 2023, and he's been saying about it. But is anybody taking attention or paying attention to that? That's the big question. And I also heard some of the APC people saying, why did he not do it while he was a governor of Anambra State? If he know all these things about agriculture, that is that now that he suddenly waking up to the realization of this. Why he didn't have a policy, a serious policy on agriculture, which would have transformed Anambra State for 8 years. He'd been in power. So, and somebody said also that during the P2B, that he did not actually have anything near to Okpara that actually changed the eastern region. So now, some of them were the opinion that even now, that what P2B is saying is also valid to every state, including Anambra State. And they talked about lack of policy on agricultural production in Anambra State from Professor Charles Gov.Soludo, and that if he would have also applied it in Anambra State, in spite of the land mass, the smaller land mass, that they will be reckoning more than that Anambra is collecting from the center. Because somebody said even investing in vegetables, tomatoes, even in the local markets, that will be getting them more than what they get in the federation, and also will triple or quadruple their budgets. So that's what our discussion today. And I will ask you to please join in this discussion, because this will help us so much, and this will help also to awaken the policy formulators and governors, especially in Anambra State and others, who are asleep when it comes to real agriculture. Some people might say that Gov.Soludo is giving out trees and all those things, but some of them fail to realize the real agriculture productivity. So what Michael Okpara did was not giving out tree alone. He was actually having plantations, massive plantations. You heard about all those other palms, plantation, cashew plantations, rubber plantations in many of the states in the eastern region. It was Michael Okpara that did that. So he has a serious agricultural plan. You heard about the ranch, Ibariamu cattle farm settlement. You hear about Unkwele farm estates and many others. You know, you will now understand why this man, they keep on calling him, in spite that he had been, it's a long time, he was the governor of the eastern states. So now, this is a wake-up call to Soludo to finally have agricultural policy. What is the massive lands in Awka North doing? In Anyamelum, in Anambra West, Anambra East. What is the massive land, or in Obaru, in Ihiala? What is massive land in Obaru, in Orumba North and Orumba South? What are they doing? How about the cities? Why can't you have something that actually change the poverty of the people? Why can't we, for once, bring about policy that actually bring in improve the real productive sector, so that our people will feed, our people will be able to export agricultural products, and at the same time secure their food security. You know, is it a rocket science to do all those things? And we are always complaining all the time that we are being ravaged by erosion. It's because of not proper agricultural planning. That's called that. Because if there is, most of the place will not be experiencing that, because what you have is that you have a lot of trees, and most of those lands that are exposed to erosion will not have been exposed to erosion, because most of them will be grass, and a lot of them, lots of trees will be in them, so making it difficult for erosion to occur. And most of the flood water would have been harvested by the building of dams and water reservoirs and lake. That's been the position of this channel, and that's what we've been saying over the years. But it's unfortunate that nobody's listening, and nobody's want to take any action, and nobody want to write his name or her name in gold pertaining to this all these politicians. But the homeland must rise in order to speak to those politicians and tell them, look, enough is enough. We cannot continue this way. Why can't we have ranches? I could remember some years ago, after the problem in Burundi and Rwanda, the government of Burundi started distributing cow to each household and goats. Each household are given 2 cows. And that cow, 2 cows, what it does is that it sustains the household. Not just for milk, it also sustains them, because those cows will start giving birth after some time. And there was a lot of milk in the neighborhood, because the people needed the milk for their food. They needed the milk to sell also for business. And that's how they started. And they started doing other things in the line of that. That's how they, after the war that created a lot of poverty and a lot of hopelessness, a lot of communities were changed by those policies the government introduced in those countries. But in our own country, in Anambra State, what is the policy to stop those masquerading cattle rearers that are destroying, militants that are destroying the crops, killing the people, buying the people many places. What is the policy to deal with it? You know, can we support the cooperatives? Can we support organizations, villages to set up and manage farms? That's a way to go. That's how we can change the narrative. That's how we can change our homeland. We cannot change it by just giving out 2 trees and all those things. Those ones cannot really change anything because it will not be monitored. Nobody knows the performance because some of the trees will die. I know that personally I have some trees. I have hundreds of trees, but planting of them, some of them also die. So how about the person you gave only 3 trees or 4 trees? There's likelihood that it may all die because of lack of water, lack of rain and other things, or disease attacks and other things. So what Peter Obi said is something that we need to start to do in our homeland. It's very, very important. I don't know what's your own opinion. Go to the comment section and drop your own opinion. I am still Kodili-nye, and remember to share and subscribe. Thank you and have a wonderful time.